Right now, your emotional vulnerability is a highly profitable line item on a corporate balance sheet. As you scroll through your daily feeds, sophisticated algorithms are not tracking what you like. They are monitoring when you are weak. They observe your typing speed, the fractional seconds you pause over a specific image, and the exact hour you are most active. They have mapped a dark psychological truth. A stable, emotionally content human being is a terrible consumer. The modern retail economy does not sell products to meet your logical needs. It sells temporary neurochemical band-aids to soothe your loneliness, your stress, your boredom, and your deep subconscious insecurity. You are being financially gaslit by a system that deliberately keeps your nervous system in a state of low-grade anxiety, knowing that the only way you know how to self-medicate is by opening your wallet. Every time you experience a micro-disappointment at work, a wave of social isolation on a Friday night, or the sheer exhaustion of a modern economic model that demands all of your energy, your brain experiences a drop in baseline dopamine. Almost instantly, a targeted ad flashes on your screen. The system offers you a frictionless escape, a quick meal delivered to your door, a high-status piece of clothing, or a subscription that promises to make you feel like part of an exclusive club. You click buy, not because you need the item, but because your brain is desperately trying to regulate its internal climate. You are trading your hard-earned capital for a fleeting 3-second chemical high. Today, we are going to expose the invisible nervous system trap that is quietly keeping you broke, and show you exactly how to build an emotional firewall around your wealth. To understand the mechanics of this silent extraction, we must step out of the traditional financial textbooks and look at actual behavioral science. Harvard University researchers led by Dr. Jennifer Lerner uncovered a devastating psychological phenomenon known as the cry and buy effect. In controlled clinical trials, they discovered that when individuals are placed in a state of mild sadness or self-focused anxiety, their brain undergoes a profound cognitive distortion. The subconscious mind registers a deep feeling of diminished self-worth. To compensate for this sudden internal void, the brain seeks to revalue the self by acquiring external assets. Let's look at what your brain is doing here. Under the influence of even mild negative emotions, your brain's rational centers are completely offline. The study proved that sad or anxious individuals are willing to pay up to 4 times more for the exact same physical commodity than those in a neutral emotional state. Your brain falsely predicts that buying an item will permanently cure an emotional void, a psychological bias known as faulty affective forecasting. You genuinely believe that the new subscription, the trendy device, or the premium dinner will bring lasting comfort, completely unaware that your brain has been chemically hijacked. Take out your pencil. Let's look at the numbers. Imagine you suffer from a high-stress corporate job that routinely leaves you emotionally depleted by 7 p.m. every weekday. To cope with this daily exhaustion, you develop a set of small, emotionally driven convenience habits. You order high-end meal deliveries instead of cooking, subscribe to 3 premium entertainment platforms you barely watch just to feel like you are treating yourself, and use deferred payment platforms to buy luxury items on impulse during stressful work calls. Let's write down the real math of this emotional tax. Over the course of a single year, these minor chemical band-aids add up to roughly $800 a month. That is nearly $10,000 a year. If you earn $25 an hour after taxes, that emotional leakage represents 400 hours of your finite life energy. You are spending 10 full weeks of your labor every single year just to pay for the temporary dopamine patches required to survive the very job that is causing you the stress in the first place. You are trapped in a self-funding loop of labor and emotional exhaustion, trading your mortal existence to keep your head barely above water. The modern financial system has optimized this loop through the use of buy now, pay later services. These platforms are engineered to exploit your moments of high emotional vulnerability by removing the physical pain of transaction. When you are emotionally depleted, your prefrontal cortex, the seat of discipline and long-term planning, is completely fatigued. The system knows this, which is why they offer to split your payment into 4 tiny delayed increments. It allows you to consume the dopamine of the purchase immediately, while your brain is too exhausted to calculate the future consequence. You are buying temporary emotional relief with a mortgage on your future time. To shield your capital from this silent emotional drain, you must transition from emotional reaction to absolute clinical stoicism. You cannot rely on spreadsheets or conventional budgets because they do not protect your neurochemistry when you are tired or lonely. You must build an ironclad emotional firewall. The first step in this strategy is the implementation of the atmospheric isolation protocol. Your physical and digital environments are currently saturated with emotional triggers designed to open your wallet. You must perform a ruthless audit of your digital space. Unsubscribe from all promotional retail newsletters that utilize urgent, scarcity-based language designed to trigger your fear of missing out. Delete all shopping and food delivery apps from your phone, forcing yourself to use a desktop computer if you truly need to buy something. By removing these frictionless access points, you protect your brain during its hours of highest emotional vulnerability, ensuring that an impulse trigger cannot instantly translate into financial damage. The second step is the 48-hour chill protocol. This is a behavioral rule designed to decouple emotional impulses from financial execution. Whenever you feel an intense urge to buy something that is not an absolute survival necessity, you must write the item down on a physical piece of paper and wait exactly 48 hours before making the transaction. During this waiting period, your brain's emotional baseline will naturally stabilize. The neurochemical storm will pass, the anxiety will recede, and your rational mind will wake up. In 90% of cases when the 48-hour clock runs out, you will look at the item on the paper and realize that you did not actually want the object. You simply wanted the emotional rescue it promised in that fleeting moment of weakness. The final and most powerful shield is the establishment of sovereign reserves. Most people view savings as a restriction of their current lifestyle, which triggers feelings of deprivation and anxiety. You must completely reframe this concept. Your savings are not a restriction, they are an absolute psychological stabilizer. When you possess 6 months of silent, invisible cash hidden away in an untouchable account, your entire emotional relationship with the world changes. You no longer operate from a place of desperation. If you have a toxic interaction at work, you do not need to rush home and spend money on consumer therapy to feel better, because you know you possess the financial power to walk away from that job whenever you choose. Your stillness becomes highly profitable. You stop buying expensive, empty status symbols to prove your worth to others, because you carry the quiet, unshakable confidence of real sovereignty. Let's look at what your brain is doing here as we synthesize this reality. The consumer matrix is built on a highly sophisticated feedback loop of emotional agitation and instant gratification. They want you stressed, they want you anxious, and they want you insecure, because that is the exact state of mind that keeps you buying their products. But the path to quiet wealth has nothing to do with keeping up appearances or chasing the fleeting validation of an algorithmic feed. It is built on the quiet, unshakable discipline of emotional self-defense. This leaves us with a deeply uncomfortable clinical question that you must answer honestly. Are you willing to master your internal climate and look entirely unassuming to the world to buy back your mental and financial sovereignty? Or will you continue to let your temporary emotions dictate your lifelong freedom? Leave your thoughts in the comments below if you are ready to begin the reset. We will keep writing the counterscript.